this as much fun as you expected, or is it this still a process of like grinding out the work and preparing?
Well, it's still a process. Obviously, I think hopefully there's only one team standing at the end, and if that's us, then obviously it'll be very gratifying. But right now we're still in the process of working in grind mode, so to speak. So there's a lot of stuff that goes on in coaching high school football that you have to do yourself.
Yeah. Kauai, when you watch the tape, I don't know if you've seen them live, but when you watch the tape, what's the impact it makes on you?
Yeah, well, what impacts me is how well they're coached in terms of they have athletes. They have tremendous size on the offensive line, and but the skill people, the defensive backs, and that's kind of a forte of mine. I watch their coverage, I watch their techniques, and I think, wow, they're very well coached up. So they do a good job in terms of fundamentals and schematic stuff, and they've got athletes, so it's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah, they have a pretty good enrollment over there, and they have a tradition. So, the matchups, like you said, that big boy, I think he's 6'4", 220, Ferrero, Devin, and then the guard is a big boy too. So they like to run, from what I hear, the misdirection, and you guys have seen it.
Yeah, we played a really powerful, big, strong ring attack, obviously in Lahaina Luna. We face a few of those type of teams this year, but these guys do it well, and they're very big. We feel we match up well, though. We've got Manasi Palu and Zeno Choi and Fito Fisiahi, as well as Derek Costa, and those guys are playing as good as I've seen anybody play in high school. So I'm very confident that they'll play at their level, and it should be a great matchup.
It was just like a drastic change between the first half and the second half. The quarterback was taking advantage of that gap, and then the second half, I think I had out of the 24 run plays, they had 13 went for loss. I've never seen that. I mean, I've seen adjustments before, but that was extreme. And,
well, we at halftime, obviously, our defensive line coach Matt Funga, he went a little crazy, which was good. And they also made Sola Soliai himself and Alan Dubson. They made a lot of good adjustments. And our initial thing was explosive plays on the outside and the perimeter. So we thought we may, be a little susceptible up to the middle. And they broke some stuff early. But after they made the adjustments, those kids, they were hungry, and they did a great job. But I really give it all to the players, obviously, but the coaches did a great job adjusting.
Manasi, after that, he was like a boulder in there. They couldn't get around him.
Yeah, and you look at him, he's been that way pretty much all year long. And then you look at Zeno Choi, probably had his best game, and Derek Costa, the last 3 or 4 games, has been really playing well, and Fito's going both ways, playing special teams, and he's a force to be reckoned with. So, if you have a great front four, you can be pretty average in the back, and we think we're better than average, but it starts up front.
How does the defense look?
Kauai's defense? Kauai's defense, like I said,
they're a front seven.
Yeah, they're not as big as their offensive line, but they're very active. They stunt, they bring it, and really impressed with the back end, but also impressed with what they do in terms of creating havoc with their front four.
Yeah, I told Coach Tommy Cox, I told him both teams, defensive-minded coaches. You play defense all the way through the NFL, and you guys can run. So this looks like a game almost like from 1977 where, we don't care if we throw 1 for 3. We don't give a rip. We want to just run the ball and control.
Well, you'd like to be diverse, and you'd like to be able to run and throw the football, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way, so you got to go with what is hot. You watch them against Iolani, I think they threw 59 out of 64 times. You watch us in the second half against Kahuku, and we ran, against, it looks like Kahuku, against Lahaina Luna, and we ran the football. So eventually you're going to do what's working, and that's a sign of a coach that understands what he's, his philosophy. But we're both defensive-minded, and therefore we want to make sure we move the chains to score points on offense, and it doesn't have to be pretty. It just they have to get the job done.
I have to say, you look a lot more relaxed this past, I was telling Jerry, there was a time like about 2-3 weeks ago pregame, you looked so grim. I'm like, is he getting sleep? He doesn't look right. But you're okay. It's just now you look a lot more.
Well, I mean, we're where we want to be, so the pressure is now we just got to win this football game. But it's during the game I'm pretty intense. I don't smile that often, and even if we're winning by a large amount, I'm not there to embarrass the opponent. I'm not there to, I'm there to make sure that we continue to try to play to the echo of the whistle, to play to the last play, to make sure we're trying to execute, to make sure the guys understand the seriousness of what we're trying to do, which is to play football at a high level.
All right, thanks, Rich.